Hello, welcome to Chrysalis Invictus Tarot. I cannot find my headphones right now, so hopefully you can hear me well enough. I'm fairly close to the phone. So this reading is going to be timeless and general. So if it seems to fit, if it's speaking to you, then it's for you. If not, then it's not for you. And you can try one of my other videos. Okay, so immediately I'm seeing a situation that it's like work and the heart not really mixing, or like a business endeavor or something that is not working, that you've put a lot of work into, and it's sort of it hasn't been paying you back. It hasn't been offering you the same love you've put into it. So it's sort of unrequited love with your job or your business. Let's get more about what's going on with this business. More about... Okay, so I'm getting that you've used a lot of creative... You've used a lot of creativity to try and bring... Maybe it's to save your business. Maybe it's to save your job. Maybe it's... Let's see, what's this creativity for? What's this creativity for? Yeah, you've put a lot of creative energy into finding ways to make it work so that you don't have to leave, so that it doesn't have to close or crumble or whatever it is. It's going to be different situations for everyone. And I'm really getting that there's a lot of heartbreak related to this. So let's see. What else we can know about this situation. Okay, so I was asking for advice about how to deal with this Knight of Cups. We'll bring this over here. And the Knight of Cups, this disappointment, this if you are saying to yourself, I'm a failure, I'm this, I'm that, this is really to remind you that whatever's happening right now is setting you up for rest. It's setting you up for... This time is a time for perspective. So whatever feels like a failure could be actually something that's come in to help you. I'm going to separate these off. Something that's come in to help you maybe you were burnt out from all of this hard work, and actually leaving is something that is going to help you regain energy so that you can have the energy to move forward with something else. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of little things like paperwork, bureaucracy, a lot of like little nagging details that, you know, you probably push to the back of your mind, like you don't pay a lot of attention to it, but those things have really built up and it's created this sort of blockage in you, so you can't move forward with anything else while you've got this going on. So you're also reminded to think about like other avenues or what makes you feel good. So maybe this hasn't made you feel good for a while. you know, you're using this creativity. So let's see if this person, if they were to, let me get the question straight. They were to free up their creativity, what would it be open to? Oh, wow. So, so a bigger and better idea. If you free up this Queen of Wands from this situation, you're looking at King of Swords. So let's see what else the King of Swords has to offer. We'll separate him out over here. So what could this new opportunity be? That came out halfway. Temperance. Ooh. This is your calling. This is what you're meant to be doing. So whatever you're doing right now is not necessarily what you're meant to be doing. Think it more about temperance. Whoop. Wow, some powerful energy here. Yeah, so there's a time of the Hermit. The Hermit is really about going inward, and I think of it as the time, like actually periods of depression can be like this, like the deep rest, the or times when you just kind of read, you don't really go out, you don't really socialize. But what I'm really getting from this Hermit is if you are in a period of lockdown, that's the only thing holding you back from this temperance movement forward, this new avenue. What else can we know about this new avenue? Did a card flip? It did not, but we want this one. Wow. Okay. So whatever is over here that you've been putting your hard work into, and you are a hard worker, and I see that, it's out of alignment with your calling, if you will, in this life. There's a leadership role or guiding role that you're meant to be taking up. And part of what the Hermit is talking about is studying. So if you've been wondering whether you should go and study something, or like if you've been drawn to something, or deepen your practice in some area, become more of an expert, and if you are in the period when I'm filming this, when lockdown is over, or whenever your self-imposed isolation is over, this is a manifestation that's where the divine steps in. So there's a beautiful balance of your heart, your creativity, and your work. So this is sort of everything coming together. Everything coming together. So let's see what advice there is. Whoa. These cards fly everywhere. Yeah. So there may be something about this work situation that it could be that you are meant to become self-employed, but this is a card of financial independence, of this is a garden that she has planted, and she's now enjoying the fruits of her labor, quite literally, and she is comfortable. This is also being comfortable in your body. I feel like that speaks to some people. And she's got a really comfortable relationship with her own inner guidance, and that's what's led her there, which is really beautiful. So some of you may be just becoming more independent. Maybe you're becoming self-employed. Maybe you've been working for other people. You've been putting this hard work in for other people's businesses, other people's work, and now it's time to bring that inward. What else is there? This guy? Okay. So the other advice here is to really be clear with yourself about what it is that you want to do. What is that dream? What is that dream that you have always dreamed, or that thing that you've sort of... This is a situation where if you have plan A and plan B, you will always default to plan B. And I'm sure that you know that you've done this enough times if this card is coming up for you. So you want to stick with plan A. Go all in on plan A. And what does it take to go all in on plan A? You know, some of these things. So I'm going to use let's say you wanted to be a YouTuber. And you're like, oh, well, in order to do that, I would need this and that lighting, or this camera, or this or that thing. When really all you need is your phone and a dream. And that's like, if you look at any YouTuber who has started their channel, that's how they've done it. And then they've built from there for the most part. So this is, and that's just an example, but there could be some sort of thing where you know, maybe you're good at a lot of things. And so you see a lot of doors that could be open for you, or you know, your family expects a certain thing, or people expect a certain thing from you. And so you've always chosen that path, but maybe you've secretly, or not so secretly, it depends on who you are, have had this sort of dream of doing something. And that's what you're being called to do, is to really go all in on this dream. What else can we know about? The cards keep flipping over and then going back, which is really interesting. Like, they're not showing themselves. So I really feel like this could be something that you are very hesitant to pursue. So we have the Page of Cups. What is this? This is the Nine of Wands. And the Chariot reversed. Okay, so this is your self-sabotage cycle. The good news is that you're at a 9, which means that, you know, you're carrying burdens up until a 10. So you're almost there. The Page of Cups is a sort of immature energy. It brings a simple offer. And maybe this is how you're feeling. Like, I want to start this new job, this new pursuit, but I don't have, you know, again, with all of the qualifications, I don't have all of the things, all of the tools that I need to be this, to step into this role. And so that's holding you back. You feel like you don't have the choices that you actually do have. I'm going to see, so how could they unblock this energy, this Chariot energy? How could they unblock this? Like this 9 here is self-imposed limitations. And it's almost like, what I'm getting is, it's like a fear of going backwards. It's a fear of, you know, maybe you are higher up in this position that you're in now, and you would be going back to like intern status, or, you know, lower down the totem. Yeah, this path is not linear. Interesting. So how can... Okay, literally, okay, this is what I'm getting. In order to move forward, you have to disconnect from something that feels safe and comfortable. There's an idea about yourself. You just have this idea about yourself that is so fixed, and it holds you back. This idea about yourself holds you back, but you're afraid of what? Being wrong, of making mistakes. You know, there's this, you might want to look it up. There's a TED Talk on being wrong. And it's really interesting. She talks about, I don't remember her name, but the person who studied being wrong talks about how how everyone just avoids that feeling. Like we avoid the feeling of being wrong, and yet we walk around being wrong all the time. It's only when we find out that we're wrong that it becomes an issue, and how you can take the sting away from that. And I really feel like, you know, being humbled, this could be going back to school, and that can be humbling because, you know, maybe you fancy yourself to be quite smart, and you could be very smart, but, you know, school can be really challenging, or taking on something new. Or even stepping into a leadership role could feel like it's almost like we expect someone to come out of the woodwork and be like, you don't know what you're doing. And honestly, probably no one's gonna do that, because it seems like you're very capable. What's like a practical tool? Yeah, you got to drop something to pick something up. You have to drop something to pick something up is what I'm getting. So I'm going to leave you there. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you soon.